Not every man has the strength to walk away, and not every woman forgets the one who does. This isn't just a story about love. It's a quiet revolution of masculine self-worth. You didn't beg, you didn't argue, you didn't chase someone who was slowly fading. Instead, you did the rarest thing, you let go. And when you did, something in her shifted. She started checking your profile, reacting to your stories, wondering why your silence suddenly felt so loud. This is not coincidence. It's psychology. A woman doesn't always fall for the man who stays. She often falls hardest for the man who knew when to leave. You see, the man who walks away leaves behind a question, and the mind can't let go of what it doesn't understand. You stopped showing up, not out of anger, but out of clarity. You respected your own worth. And that silence, clean, undramatic, firm, starts echoing in her mind louder than any argument ever could. She replays the moments, the messages, the way your energy once held her steady. Suddenly, you're not just a memory, you're a mystery. And mystery is magnetic. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. And while others confuse attention with love, you understood something deeper. What is freely given should be mutually received. When a woman senses that a man values himself enough to walk away, she feels something primal. Loss, regret, desire, because you didn't try to prove your worth. You knew it. And that's the most attractive force in the world, a man who needs no validation to stand tall. What she lost wasn't just a man, she lost a mirror, a reflection of the peace, the strength and the calm she could have had. The man who was patient, steady, sincere, now gone. And the echo of that loss grows heavier over time. She scrolls through your photos. She remembers your tone. And without even realizing it, she begins to compare every man after you to the one who never begged, never blamed, and never broke his dignity. There's a reason women obsess over the man who walked with grace. He didn't leave to punish. He left to protect his soul. And in that choice, he became unforgettable. Because in a world where people chase attention and cling to what's slipping away, the man who lets go stands out. He's not trying to be cold. He's just no longer willing to betray himself for temporary affection. That kind of stillness doesn't fade. It lingers in her heart like a song she can't stop replaying. Her pride might never let her say it. But deep down she knows you were different. And now that you're gone, something feels unbalanced. Because it wasn't just about you leaving, it was about the way you left. Calm, composed, with nothing but silence and self-respect. You forced her to confront herself. You didn't just leave a space, you left a standard. And that standard becomes her new measure of what a real man looks like. But what happens when she realizes too late that the man who walked away was the one who truly saw her? There's a particular kind of silence that doesn't come from anger. It comes from clarity. It's the silence of a man who has understood that love without reciprocity is not love, it's surrender, and no man should have to surrender his soul to be chosen. That silence becomes deafening over time, because a woman might forget your compliments, your gifts, your romantic efforts, but she never forgets the absence of your presence when she expected you to chase. She doesn't forget the day you stopped fighting for her attention, the moment you stopped replying right away, the way your tone became calm, distant, dignified. She notices, and while she may act indifferent, inside, something starts to collapse. The structure of certainty she built about your loyalty begins to shake. She wonders, why didn't he beg me to stay? The truth is, when you left, you broke not just her expectations, but her sense of control. And it's that loss of control, not necessarily the loss of you, that triggers the avalanche of emotion. She feels something slipping. An energy she once held firmly now floats away. And that absence, that elusive void, begins to grow in her mind. She might try to fill it with distractions, validation, or temporary affection from others, but it doesn't work. Because what she's missing isn't just you, it's the mirror you once held up to her. A reflection of who she could have been if she'd chosen you at the right moment. You see, most men believe that love is about proving their worth, about showing up again and again until they're finally seen. But real worth doesn't need constant demonstration. Real worth speaks for itself in its absence. The man who walks away when he's no longer respected doesn't do it because he's cold-hearted. He does it because his heart has matured. He no longer confuses being available with being valuable, and therein lies the paradox. In walking away, you become unforgettable. Not because of what you said or did, but because of the strength it took to leave. She doesn't remember the ones who stayed at her feet. She remembers the one who rose to his, the one who said, "I love you, but I love me more." That statement, even if never spoken aloud, echoes through her psyche like a truth she can't unhear. Her friends might tell her, "He wasn't right for you." Social media might encourage her to move on, boss up, forget him. But none of that silences the part of her that remembers how it felt to be in your calm presence, the stability you offered, the way you didn't try to control her, only to understand her. And when she finally looks back, truly looks back, it's not the drama she misses, it's the peace. It's the security of knowing you were there, fully, honestly, until you weren't. That's the hidden power of masculine detachment. It's not about abandoning someone. It's about refusing to abandon yourself. You walked away not because you stopped loving her, but because you started loving you. And that shift, that's what she never saw coming. In a world of men who chase endlessly, you were the one who chose stillness. In a culture of constant noise, you chose silence. And that silence said everything. Eventually, when the dust settles and the distractions fade, she'll remember. Maybe, late at night. Maybe when she sees something that reminds her of you. Maybe when a new relationship fails to offer the depth you gave so freely. That's when it'll hit her. Not as a thought, but as a weight in her chest. He's really gone. And in that moment, it won't be regret that tears her up. It will be the realization that she never truly knew how rare you were until you became a memory. In the end, you didn't lose her. You found yourself. You became the man who could have stayed, but chose peace instead. And peace is not the absence of love, it's the presence of self-respect. That's why she thinks about you when she's alone. That's why your name lingers, long after the conversation stopped. Because you didn't chase her. You didn't try to win her back. You simply honored your worth, and in doing so, you became unforgettable.